Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Will from the Will of Gaming, and today we are going to be talking about, I don't know, just basically my day to day versus yesterday, and just kind of like getting through my mind and stuff. You're going to hear me repeat a lot of things as this year goes by. I'm going to be mentioning old things, and because it's growth, and it is what it is. Yesterday, after I posted up my video, as you probably saw, I was tearing up and I was very, very sad. After that, the full on depression kicked in. I was laying down on my couch and I just, like, it was horrible. And my boyfriend didn't make things any easier. He got mad at me for being depressed. Like, I couldn't help it. I just felt really sad. I was cleaning up my closet yesterday and I stumbled across a few old things, and something that he said earlier triggered something, and it just made me feel like a failure and everything. So I just felt like just a big failure, because one of the things about growing, and this is the step that a lot of people quit and just let the negativity just like completely ruin them, is that once a negative moment kicks in, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to let go. It's okay to be vulnerable in that moment, but don't let it consume you for too long. The thing is that yesterday I was crying. I felt numb. I felt like I wanted to die and kill myself, and I just felt all these emotions. And I'm not gonna lie when I say this, but it is. And it's such a dark place that depression really does. And it's been a while since I felt that, because I've been feeling happy go lucky. I've been feeling good. It's just that this sprung up out of nowhere, and I don't understand where it came from, why it was here. Like, I figured, I was trying to take guesses at what triggered it. And so there's that. So basically, I want to read something that I found on a Facebook page. I decided to write down the whole thing because I need this to be in the notebook. It has to be in a notebook, and I have to read it. Will Smith said this: 3 ways to fail. Fail early, fail often, fail forward. It's always a little bit frustrating to me when people have a negative relationship with failure. Failure is a massive part of being able to be successful. You have to be comfortable with failure. You have to actually seek failure. Failure is where all the lessons are. When you go to the gym and work out, you're actually seeking failure. You want to take your muscles to a point where you get to failure, because that's where the adaptation is. That is where growth is. Successful people fail a lot. They fail a whole lot more than they succeed, but they extract the lessons from the failure, and they use that energy and wisdom to come to the next phase of success. You got to take a shot. You have to live at the edge of your compatibilities. You got to live where you're almost certain you're going to fail. That's the reason for practice, 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 is controlled failure. Practice is controlled failure. You're getting to your limit, you're getting to your limit, you're getting to your limit. You can't lift that until you get to a point that all of a sudden your body makes the adjustment, and then you can do it. Failure helps you recognize the areas where you need to evolve. So fail early, fail often, fail forward. Will Smith. Now, Will Smith said that, and I think it was like a Facebook video that I saw today. So whoever posted that video, and if they know what I'm talking about, and if they see this, thank you so much for sharing that, because I really needed to hear that today, especially after my yesterday. I feel so much better today than I felt yesterday. I'm so grateful that I woke up feeling this way today than the way I felt yesterday. It just felt like yesterday I gradually felt worse and got worse and worse and worse, and nothing that I did that could potentially make me happy ever made me happy. It's sad. I hate feeling like this. I hate feeling like that. It's one of the worst feelings to ever have. And I hope that you never have to experience it. but I know there's a lot of people out there that do experience depression. And what's funny was that yesterday I was watching season 2 One Day at a Time. And the main character, she suffers from depression and anxiety like I do, but she's a soldier and all that other stuff. So basically in one episode she started to really feel good because she's been dating a guy. So spoiler alert, see One Day at a Time if you haven't seen this, but I'm gonna try. But basically she's seeing this guy, and this guy is like her whole world. She feels special around him. He's showing her all this attention and everything is fantastic and wonderful. She was going to group therapy, that was doing good, and she was taking her medication. Well, the idea, her beeper beeped to tell her to take her medicine, so she kind of pinned the blame on her mother. And so what happened was is that she was afraid to tell her boyfriend that she takes pills for depression, because if he finds out, then she's afraid she was going to lose him. So since she's been feeling so good lately, she decides to stop going to group therapy. She decides to stop taking her pills. So all of a sudden the depression kicks in again, and she's sleeping in her bed all day, and she's waking up in the middle of the night, and her mom is trying to help her and stuff. And the mom doesn't understand because she doesn't believe in the psychology. She just believes in like the toughen him up situation. And she sits there and she's like getting mad at her mother and yelling at her and all this other stuff. She just felt like a failure as a mother. So during her group therapy, her last group therapy session, it told her to record her talking to herself while she's in that depressive state, to state her feelings aloud, so that way that when she's in a better mindset and she sleeps on it, that she can go back and she listens to it. So she goes to one of her friends' house, and then she goes and she sits there and she says, I recorded myself how I felt. And she said, I need you to listen to it with me. So she plays it. When they hear it back, she realizes that she starts to cry really bad. And she says that that's a sick woman. She said, I would never kill myself. Just know that I would never take it that far. It's a great show. If you haven't seen One Day at a Time, it's on Netflix. It's a really, really good thing. And this episode particularly is in season 2. Well, this episode played yesterday at my most depressing time. So I'm grateful that I got to see that episode, because it was an eye opener. It was a wake up call. And I'm so grateful that I was able to see it, even though I was in a depressed mindset. Because the thing is that when I'm depressed, usually watching more depressed things usually made me happier, because it was something I could relate to. Because I always believe a negative and a negative can equal a positive. I know that's stupid, but being negative isn't a bad thing. Being positive could sometimes be a bad thing. And it's finding the balance between the two, where if you do something too much, it will affect how you perceive things. If you live life too positively, then you will never see other people, because you're constantly ignoring the harsh reality that is life. But at the same time, you are doing good for yourself, and it is good to be positive. It's just not good to be too positive. And the same thing with negative, is that it's okay to be negative about things, but not too negative to the point where you refuse to do anything. With that Will Smith quote, I learned a lot. I learned that, like, you go to the gym and you go and you work out, you're working out your muscles to the point where you can't really work out anymore, and you have to take a break. You're pushing yourself to your physical limit, and you're going to fail. You're not going to be able to lift, like another 10. You're not going to be able to lift another 10. You're not going to be able to do another rep. You're not going to be able to do it, and you have to adjust your body to get used to it. So the more you fail and the more you experience failure, the more your body adjusts to that failure. If you accept it as a learning experience and be excited to fail, you're going to fail. Even if you do, you got to do it anyway. Because the more you don't do it, And the more you allow yourself to be afraid of failing and not doing anything, you get into that comfort zone. When you get into that comfort zone, you'll be unhappy, you'll be depressed, you will feel like a failure, but a failure who's not progressing. And that's where true failure is in comfort. You got to make yourself uncomfortable. And though I'm currently uncomfortable with a lot of things, it's baby steps. It takes time. One of my most uncomfortable situations is driving, being in a car. I don't like being in cars. I don't like driving. If I could teleport everywhere, I would. But I can't do that. Oh, God, I wish that they could make teleportation, or they can make all cars driverless and everybody has a driverless car and we can drive to our destinations. That would be fantastic. But unfortunately, I don't have that luxury. And therefore, even if that luxury did exist, I probably wouldn't be able to afford it. So anyways, driving is one of my biggest fears. And I feel that if I learn how to drive, then I'm more free. I can go places. I can go hang out with friends. I can help people out. I can help other people out. I can give people rides. I can help do charity events or do other events. I can go out and meet people. I can go to the movies with friends and not be this complicated situation. I could get a job and get work and be able to pay for something, and I would be able to go to auditions, and I would be able to go to rehearsals every day. And if I felt like I wanted to go get something to eat, I could go out and get something to eat. If there was something that I wanted to buy that was at the store, I don't have to wait on somebody and make plans like in advance to get somebody to drive me somewhere. Honestly, I'm embarrassed. And I'm going to be honest, I'm embarrassed that I don't drive, but I'm putting my embarrassment out there. Because the more that you say it, and the less embarrassed you get. Because now everybody knows your secrets, so you got nothing to hide. I know that there's a lot of things in life I'm not proud of. But one of the things that I am proud of is the fact that I can be truthful and just state my truth. I just hope that now I can put action to the words I say. I wish I could stop caring what people think. That is something I definitely got to work on. And this is probably my longest video on here. No, day 0 is my longest video. But I just want you guys to know that I'm so... Now that I'm in a better place today, I'm not fully, I'm not Julie Andrews, Sound of Music singing on a mountain there, but I'm there. I'm in a better place than I was yesterday. I feel normal today, or what I assume normal feels like. But it sucks. It sucks being depressed, and I know that if you do suffer from depression and you watch this video, I know that those dark thoughts are so powerful. They are so powerful, and no matter what you try to do, no matter what people say, you're not going to listen, you're not going to hear it, because you feel like you don't deserve to be that way. Like you don't deserve to hear those words. Those words don't apply to you. And that's just this negative, dark energy just pulling you down. But keep fighting the good fight. Like yesterday, I wanted to just quit and give up and not do anything. But I kept going because I made a commitment. This is why I felt the need to have to do something every day. That no matter what I felt, I had to accomplish this task every day. And sorry for the long video, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Chances are you guys are not going to watch all of it, but I'm not even going to say daily obsession. I'll just say what my daily obsession is. My daily obsession is Justin Timberlake's Man in the Woods. The album is fantastic. It is great. And I highly recommend that you listen to it, but it is a little bit more country, but mixed with modern. So if you're not into country, you may not find this album good. It does take a while for you to get used to some of the songs, but other than that, there's some dancey, catchy stuff, and I love it. So thank you. My favorite track on the album is the titled track, which is "Man of the Woods." I don't know why. It just sounds so fun and so catchy, so poppy, so whatever. So that's my favorite. So, anyways, guys, this is Will, and I'm grateful for the many friends I have in my life and the many people who I can speak to and talk to whenever I feel this way, who are willing to listen to me. I'm incredibly grateful that I have as many people as I do. I know that there's people out there in the world that feel like they don't have anybody, but just know you're not alone. And just I wish you guys the best. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. So bye, peace out.